Welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3, where the reports of my demise have been greatly exaggerated, you might say. Yes, even though the Elder Brain has thrown as many of their minions at us as they could possibly spare, we have somehow emerged relatively unscathed and are ready to venture further up and further in towards the Nether Brain itself. Higher up to climb it, of course. Of course. Oh, and okay, we have a prompt autosave here, which is exciting to see. Let's go ahead and climb up here to the right and see if there's anything worth scavenging or salvaging. Oh, that's exciting. Whoa. Okay, the Nautiloid is coming in hot. Oh, man. Okay, so this is a full-on race to the finish, I suppose. So if we were to dash here, there's a Gauntlet of Bane, an Invoker of Baal, another Intellect Devourer here, and then where from there? It's quite hard to say. Okay. Hard to say if we would be able to even climb this area here, but I guess this is all we have at the moment, right? Okay, well, let's boogie in that case. What's the farthest we can get? Right here is actually perfectly fine. Looks like there's an airstrike coming in from the Nautiloid, so we gotta take care of business before then. One of them down, which is great to see. Same thing for the angel here. I have no ranged attack to speak of, unfortunately. So I'm just going to have to get in a bit close, I think. Here we are. Same thing for Penelope. Unfortunately, I think I can only really dash at the moment. There we are. And honestly, probably the same thing for Wyll. Hopefully he can just make it past the airstrike zone. Slow? That's okay. Worst comes to worst, we cast Magic Missile on them and force them to save their Constitution saving throw. Same thing for the Cambion. We'll just fly in as far as we can get. Over yonder, there we are. Oof. Not sure where us can go, where they'll be safe. Anywhere. Anywhere would be fine. I may have to keep them... Ooh, the airstrike is even out here as well. I see. I'm gonna have to keep them in here, I guess. Same thing with Gale. Let's see how far they can get. I don't think they can get quite far enough. So they're gonna have to straddle this airstrike zone. Which is unfortunate. Oh, well, Lae'zel, at the minimum, she can easily transcend all of this stuff.
On the move.
Have her come here and then jump right to the outside of the targetable zone. There we are. And let's see how far the levitate can get. Quite far. The levitate can get quite far for Orpheus. Alright, take a shot at me. Go ahead. Ooh, blight on Orpheus? That's not preferable. And then the Nautiloid is going to get to do their airstrike on us. Go for it. Oh, they're dropping in more reinforcements as well? Yeah, you're right. There are too many. How the hell are we supposed to get where we need to go? I suppose this crosshairs is showing us the next desired location. But
no choice but to keep going.
This is challenging. Okay, maybe I need to Misty Step like here. I guess, right? There we go. So we're actually up here. I'm not sure why that took my action, but it did. Oh, because I'm slowed. I can either only use an action or a reaction. That sucks. Alright, well, it's fine. All is not lost. We'll warp up here. I am slowed as well. But we're high. High up above, I mean. Provokes attack of opportunity, huh? Who is exactly concentrating on slow? She is right now, huh? Just out of curiosity, if I were to take 3 attacks on her, both Constitution saving throws were successful, huh? Well, I'll Misty Step up here at the very least, using one of my precious spell slots, but the way it has to be. And I'll probably provoke an attack of opportunity to just get up here. Critical miss. Thank you kindly. Concentration saving throw failed. Slow is no longer in effect. Thank you so much. We'll come over here. We'll cast a few rays of fire. Absolutely disintegrated. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. We'll have everybody else dash right here on the cusp of the airstrike. And then same thing for Gale. We'll have you come over here and cast a firebolt at, I don't know, this guy here. Who is prone anyway. There we are. Lae'zel should be able to just absolutely smash everybody. 1, 2, 3. And jump just barely up here. Beautiful. Lae'zel is a freaking beast, man. Orpheus can for sure get up here because they have... Mind Flayers have crazy movement speed. There we are. You are welcome to come into the airstrike zone. Oh, nice. Killed some of their own guys. I actually think killed a number of their own guys, if I'm not mistaken. Unless they are going to land more troops. Which it's always possible. Yeah, looks like they are. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah.
Time to push my luck
Alright,
again.
Penelope, which way are we going? We'll go this way. Oh, attack of opportunity. Great. I'm not even 100% sure which way we're even trying to run at the moment, but this is the best I can do. Let's fly as far as we can get, which is over here. And you know what? We'll dash. Same thing for the elemental, but this time we will warp right next to them. And then hopefully get a nice little attack off. Okay. Wyll will sneak in here in between airstrikes. And we'll do a triple attack on the Mind Flayer.
Where do I go from here?
That's something. The Cambion, we will fly in as far as we can. And do some rays of fire on them. You know what? We'll do it on these guys. A little bit of damage. So we're going to have to come over here. We're probably going to have to Misty Step. As far forward as we possibly can. And then we're going to have to dash to make it outside of the airstrike range. There we are. Lae'zel, let's see how far you can jump. Uh-oh. I might have removed the jump action from my keyboard accidentally. There we go. Alright, there's a few potential spots. It's a little hard to see, though. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just jump right here on the outskirts and then just take a few pot shots, if you will. We'll do it at the the intellect gluttons. There we go. That's one of them that will explode. And then we'll take another shot at this intellect glutton, which will explode. And then we'll take the third shot at this mind flayer. Ooh. What is promised victory? We will never know, apparently. Okay. Alright, that'll do for now. What can we do? We'll do a magic missile on this guy to get him down for sure. There we are. That's that. And then us will come over here. Let's see how far they can jump. Us may be toast at this point, unfortunately. They're not very strong. They can't do a very high jump. Orpheus can come over here and do a, let's see, what's your best ranged attack? Let's see here. Target is blocked, huh? If I were to come over here and then do another, see, Mind Blast. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Let's hit all these guys. Cool. Very effective, I'll say. Very good. Alright, Intellect Devourer over here is going to do their best to pursue. As are they. The airstrike, I think everybody who we have here is clear of it. So we should be okay. But a number of their allies are not okay, ironically. Alright, so they're gonna have... They have infinite reinforcements to spawn, is the idea, I suppose. So we're gonna elemental warp as far as we can possibly go. Now, what is this little... What does this little symbol mean? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. We're here. Same thing for the angel. We're just gonna dash. And we're gonna fly as far as we can go. Now I'm curious, on the map, does it show where we're meant to go? It says we're supposed to turn left here. Oh, to these doors, to the brainstem. I see. I see. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do about that. Wyll is going to take a tiny bit of fire. Oh, but he's immune to burning. Isn't that nice? Let's see if he can get any eldritch blasts off here. He cannot. But you know what he can do? He can Misty Step over here. And he's going to do 3 eldritch blasts right here at this door. We've got no time to waste. Oh. Well, okay then. Immune. Alright, we're going to go over here and try to open the doors normally. Like a normal person. Oh, apparently we can open the doors normally. Isn't that nice? Same thing for the Cambion. Let's just fly them happy selves in. And us, I'm afraid... I'm afraid you are not long for this world. So we'll just go ahead and dismiss you. So that we are not waiting on you. Gale. Go ahead and dash. Take a little bit of burning damage. Not sure where these guys are relative to us. Alright, Lae'zel, come on up here. And then we'll dash. And then run over here, close as you can. Same thing for our mind flayer amigo. Getting a bit closer. There we are. And honestly, we just need one person to click on the mind flayer objective marker. I think that's how that works. Ooh, Gale. Yikes. I did not realize you were in the sauce right now. My deepest apologies. Alright, they're targeting us right now. Penelope, can you just go ahead and end this? So it would seem. Yes, you go, dragons.
You are persistent. You have function. Leave them. Join us. Witness perfection. Witness the grand design.
Don't do it. Okay, all of us are here. We just did an autosave. What does that mean? We get a couple potions. And now what? I guess this is our opportunity to get some heals in if we need to. For Gale, let's do an arcane recovery maybe. Maybe get to... Should we get the 6th level spell slot back? Maybe we should. Oh, the most we can do is 5th. A 5th and a 1st. You know what? Sure. We'll do that. And we'll do a 1st as well. Anybody else have any short rest things they want to do? I guess we could do one more short rest for Wyll's sake. I mean, we have it, don't we? So we have a potion specifically. Let's see, I can't spell. Angelic. We have quite a few potions of angelic reprieve, so let's send some of those to Wyll. I just want him to get his spell slots back. So there we go. He'll have a 2-turn nappy nap. But everybody else,
What to do?
let's go ahead and sort by type and send a few healing potions to Gale. Gale, why don't you chug these? Yum, yum, yum. Good enough. Orpheus, why don't you chug one of yours as well? Anything else that we should do? That'll probably do for the time being. I think we are ready. I think we're ready. We're as ready as we're ever going to be, right? Are we ready to face the Netherbrain? Ooh. I mean... Any other short rest things that we can do? We can conjure us again. Maybe we'll do that. There we go. Us is on the battlefield. You know what? If this is the final fight, then maybe we should send some of our summons over to Lae'zel. So we've got Conjure Elemental. We'll send those to Lae'zel. We'll have Lae'zel conjure an elemental of her own. We'll do a... what should we do to switch it up a little bit? We'll do an air elemental. We'll do an air elemental. There we go. Everybody's got their own summon, I suppose. Some are healthier than others, but everybody, I think, is in a pretty good position. Wyll has woken up. He's got full spell slots. And everybody's elixir is still relevant. Yeah, looks like it. So let's jump in.
A thought occurs to you as you gaze at the monstrosity above. Gale's orb remains an option. One that could put an end to the absolute once and for all.
No way.
Plotting something, aren't you? Come on then, out with it. I'd rather know before we take on that cerebral monstrosity.
We're gonna fight the normal way, the hard way. Just reminding myself of our plan. We attack the brain, then come Orpheus's part.
As viable a plan as any while staring into the maw of perdition. Shall we?
Let's go. Oh, yikes. Did we cast Fly? I don't think we did. I guess we can always cast Featherfall as a reaction if we need to. Or at least Gale can.
nexus, the site of power, the site of domination.
There lies our answer. Use the netherstones on the crown, and we can bring an end to this.
Oh, yikes, the Emperor is here. And he is not pleased. Understandably so.
That face. The one from my dreams.
I know you. I know everything about you. Your thoughts, your feelings, your weaknesses. And so do they.
I doubt that. You think you do. Here we go. This is the final fight, I am sure. The Nautiloid is on the way. It will appear soon. Oh my goodness. And there's a dominated red dragon that we have to defeat as well. So what exactly is our primary objective at the moment? Reach the Crown of Karsus. Got it. So we just need to reach it. We don't even need to defeat the dragon per se. We just need to reach it. So if we were to Dimension Door with, I don't know, Wyll perhaps, how far could we possibly get? Not quite far enough. But here's the thing. If we move forward a bit, and then with Wyll, if we move forward a bit,
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
and then we cast Dimension Door with Wyll up on the platform. That's all we need. We just need to be up on the platform. Let's see if they counterspell it. No. No, we made it up here. So we get over here. What happens if we reach the crown? I'm tempted to just chug a potion of speed. We're here. So now what do we do? The crown is here, but we can't interact with it. Interestingly enough. Well, we'll do what we've been doing this whole entire game, and that, my friends, is to cast a big, old, massive hypnotic pattern. And that will encompass most of the individuals here. The dragon and these individuals here. Not enough movement, huh? Alright, something like that. Dream Guardian? What cutting word is it? All in.
Discharge.
Alright, end turn for them. We'll go ahead and Elemental Warp over here. And we'll just buy as much time as we can for the rest of our crew. A Dream Guardian did not do what I expected. Okay. Same thing here. We'll just Elemental Warp here with the Elemental. Oh, that was probably counterintuitive, but that's okay. The Hypnotism is gone for them. We'll come over here. And we'll chuck some Cambion Flames. Great. Alright, Wyll. Now, again, I'm not 100% sure... Whoa, look down there. I don't love that. I'm not 100% sure what we're meant to do here. But we'll chuck 3 of these. Which works for me. And you know what? Do we have another haste potion? I think Penelope has some haste potions. Potions of speed, rather. Let's send those to Wyll.
No holding back.
Wyll, you go ahead and drink one of these. Actually, you know what? Let's call forth the Moon Maiden. Summon Dame Aelin. Let's go ahead and have her pop up, like, right here. I think that's a good use of, yeah. That's a perfect use. And we'll come up here. There we are. We'll fly as far as we can. Not very far, huh? You could slow enemies. You can do like vicious mockery. How far can I get with this little tunnel spell? Not very far. Mind Blast, you could stun everybody in the cone. I feel like that might be the move here. So let's come over here. And let's do this. Let's do this Mind Blast. Where is it? There we are. To get all 5? Yeah. And everybody who saved is immune to stun. That's great. That's cool. And we will dash, but there's an attack of opportunity as well. That's fine. We'll just cop that. Okay. We saved. That's good. So we'll come on over here. And that's fine for this turn. Gale... Gale, oh Gale. Just a fireball? Just a straight up fireball at this guy? The Emperor, huh? Could hit multiple. Yeah, that's a decent way to start off. Okay. And then we'll Misty Step as far as we can get. Which is over here. Good stuff. Alright. Well done, Gale. And then us, bless your heart. Just go as far forward as you possibly can go. Oh, yikes. Alright. That's it for you. Lae'zel. You know what? I'm going to send her straight to the Emperor. Straight up, yo. We're going to do a goading attack on him. We're going to do it again. He saved again. We're going to do it again. And you know what? You better believe we're going to do a action surge. All right, he is goaded. Now we're going to try to do a trip attack melee. And then again. Did that do it? Whoa, the Emperor is down already. Oh my gosh. The Emperor was killed in one turn. Alright, well, Lae'zel, have yourself a day, I suppose. That's insane. She outright just destroyed the Emperor in one turn. No time for like a final monologue or anything. Okay. Well, we have the Moon Maiden here. What can we do? Just a regular greatsword attack or Lunar Smite? You know what? Sure, why not? Good casting of shield, I suppose. We'll do another one. Cool. Alright, well... Pommel strike, you know what, why not? Didn't do a whole lot. Psionic suggestion, hush. Silence a creature with a psionic spell. We won't, yeah, we saved, so we're good. And they're gonna Misty Step, that's fine, I don't really care. So what exactly is our goal here? If we can't interact with the crown, which we weren't able to last turn, then what exactly are we trying to do right now? Just defeat everybody else? Or what? It says the Nautiloid is on its way, so what do we need to do before the Nautiloid arrives? It's very vague. Magic missile. Okay. Woof. Hypnotic pattern is down, unfortunately. Ooh, man, Gale is resisting these silences like a boss. Like a boss. Alright, but it's the dragon's turn. Ooh, careful. Is our team still up? We're still up for now. We're still up for now. I can't see what's happening, but presumably only bad things happening right now. Ooh, they're really targeting Orpheus right now. Oh no, Dame Aelin is stunned? That really sucks. Okay. So, okay. Can I please do something here to the crown? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. These illithids are... I don't know, are they cramping my style? Do I need to destroy them to... I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Because I'm like, I'm mousing over it and I can't right-click on it. There's nothing I can do. So do I have to destroy everything before... Don't understand. Alright, well, Wyll... where's Wyll? He's up here. We'll try to do a triple Eldritch Blast on this guy to start out. There we go. He's dead. We'll do a triple Eldritch Blast on this guy. Pretty good, I must say. Pretty damn good. Alright, he's good. We will Elemental Warp as far as we can go. Right? Like right over here. Oh, great. There's another one here. Another tentacle. Sure. We'll smite it. For our angel friend, we'll probably just dash and then have them fly as far as you can. What's the farthest that you can go? Just up here on this little balcony. Perfectly fine for me. Same thing for the elemental. We will elemental warp right here. And then do a multi-attack on the illithid. There we go. They are down. Again, I don't know what that means practically, like... Alright, we're gonna take an attack of opportunity no matter what, it seems like. But we can disengage, actually. There we go. And now we can fly up here in relative safety. And that's their turn. Alright, let me get up here next to the crown. I don't know what I need to do. But, here I am. I don't know. Create some ghouls, I guess. Down here, just around the dragon. To really cramp their style. Is that the best thing to do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. Why not? That's the first action. And then... got a bomb I could throw. Just at the dragon in their general direction. Or at this illithid here. I mean, sure.
Good idea, I think.
Okay, and then we'll chug a potion to top off our healing. We'll chug this potion for Orpheus. He will fly up here to be next to Penelope. And then we'll do this... Where's the AoE Mind Blast? It's not quite gonna do it. Alright, let's just come over here. And do it like so. Well, cutting words, sure. They are stunned. Alright. The illithid is stunned, which is good. Ooh, Karsus's Compulsion. Channel the stone's magic to control the crown of Karsus. Yes. Alright, hang on. We'll dash. Come over here. Oh no, I'm supposed... That's what I was supposed to do with Orpheus. That's how we do it. I totally forgot that was a thing. Alright. Gale, what can we do with you instead? I'm wondering if we should cast Resilient Sphere on Orpheus. Like we Misty Step with a high-level spell next to him. Which kind of sucks, but it's for a good cause. Because now... what's it called? Is it Dome or... Let's just sort by type. Scrolls. And then we cast... Invulnerability. Send those to Gale. Cast spell on... Really, all three of us. To survive for next turn, because I did not realize that's what we were meant to do. Us, thank you for your service. You're just going to attack the dragon. There we are. For Lae'zel... Maybe we'll just smash this tentacle. There we go. And then jump as far as you can get. How far could you get? Not super far, but as far as you can. And then we'll shoot at... who's the nearest threat? You, I guess. Okay. And then again. Woof. Alright, that's it, I suppose. Day Mainland is stunned. Totally forgot that Orpheus was the one that needed to control the Netherstones, not me. You know? It's like, I'm the hero. Why am I not the one to do it? But... I feel like we have a good game plan. The ghouls here are blocking, hopefully, the summon's path to interfere with us. So we should just be able to have... Orpheus go over there and do what they need to do. No counterspell, that's fine. Lae'zel would never flee. Are you kidding me? She would never flee. What a waste of a spell for them. Magic missile? Sure. I mean, you can do it, but it's not going to hit us. It's just going to hit somebody else, not me. Fire breath? Woof. Alright. Seems real bad.
Overrule.
Okay. Orpheus, where are you going in the order?
Let me take care of this.
What did he say? Go get to the crown and cast the spell, dominate the netherbrain. Let me take care of this. Okay. It's not their turn yet, apparently. Wyll, as is customary. Triple Eldritch Blast. And then again. There we go. Totally evaporate the Illithid. I love it for Wyll. I love it for Wyll. Elemental Warp. Who do I need to... let's go over here to try to free Lae'zel. And just do a normal attack on this tentacle. That's something. We'll do an attack here on this Dream Guardian with our Angel Lad. Same thing with our Elemental. Come over here to do a multi-attack. Whoa, couple critical hits. I love it. We'll fly as far as we can with our Devil. And then do a few rays. Ooh, can't quite... There we go. On this tentacle. Lae'zel is no longer grappled. The ghouls are going to take their turn against the dragon. Rest in peace, you absolute kings. Alright. Penelope cannot do anything. It is not yet Orpheus' turn. So Penelope, what are we going to do? Smoke powder bomb on this fool. Down for the count. Love it. And we've got another bomb. Just toss it over... Where? Who still needs a lesson? Honestly, let's do a second level magic missile. Oh, too far. Okay, never mind. Irresistible dance on the dragon. Let's see what a dragon looks like dancing. There we are. And then let's get inside the dome. The ghoul is going to do their turn. And then Orpheus should be here to do their thing. Okay. The caster must channel the spell until their next turn for it to take effect. Got it. Okay. Cool. So they're doing their thing here. Gale needs to maintain concentration. So he can pop out real quick. He can do this Art of War, whatever, on... I don't know. The Dream Guardian? So they are dead, and then he can come pop back in here to maintain concentration and turn. Us is stunned. Lae'zel. Why don't you come over here and actually, you know what? Call forth some more allies. Who do we have left? Floric's personal guard. I mean, sure. Let's do that. Just some real cannon fodder is what I'm hoping for. For Baldur's Gate. And then we're going to Misty Step up here. There we go. So we're ready to defend Orpheus. Dame Aelin, what are you going to do? What's the highest spell slot you have? Not much. Frighten an enemy? Maybe we could try. Lunar Smite. Alright, we're going to fly down here next to the dragon. Okay. And then we'll do our Lunar Smite. Pretty good. And again. And turn. Alright, most of these Dream Guardians are not really doing much. They're just kind of hassling our summons. Magic Missile is fine. Because we're invulnerable. We take no damage. Yeah, Gale is MVP right now. He's keeping us alive and healthy. Alright, the Diva cannot do anything, so we'll end their turn. The Elemental here will just come in and take a normal swing, unless there's somebody else we need to take out. Not really. Oh, yikes. I didn't know there was going to be an opportunity attack from them. I thought I had navigated that perfectly. I guess not. Alright, end turn. Same thing for the Elemental. Let's come over and do a multi-attack on them. They're gone. I love it. Let's come in a little bit closer in that case. The Cambion. Take some shots on this Illithid. One of them being a crit. The Ghoul will do Ghoul things. Cool. Alright, you go, Flaming Fists. Well done. And that's it, I believe, ladies and gentlemen.
The brain is weakened. This is our chance.
Even bound, its will is stronger than anything you've ever felt. The chains shake, threatening to break at any moment.
It's vulnerable, but not defeated. Use the portal. We will bring it down together.
Absolute freedom!
Its will is weakening. The brain is almost defeated.
Oh, we're not done yet. Defeat the brain before it breaks free. Chains of Karsus. It's too powerful for even the momentary god's magic. Karsus's compulsion could not dominate it completely. The spell has instead bound the brain's will in place temporarily. To complete the domination, you must strike it down. The nether brain permits no interference. As a reaction to taking damage, it releases brain quakes, which is 10 to 60 damage. Oh, and is the dragon still around? Apparently. Where's Gale right now? He's still down here. Can I enter here?
This is our chance.
I suppose. Okay,
Farewell
yeah.
to the Nether Brain.
Got it. Got it. Alright, so let me come up here. What can I do? What's most effective? Like a fireball? Orpheus, my friend, I'm a little nervous for you. I'm gonna have you come into the sauce, and I'm gonna try to have you stun them. Alright, they saved, so that's a big nothing. Why don't you come up here, up top?
Swords meet sorcery.
Gale, man, what can you do right now? I guess just toss a fireball, sure. And I took a little bit of damage there, of course. Let's hop down here a bit closer and end turn.
Destroy it from within.
I'm gonna have Lae'zel come in here and then maybe even summon. Oh, we can't summon from in here. Okay. That's cool. Prone, huh? Alright, we'll just get as close as we can get without going prone. And then we'll do a goading shot, I think. Goading ranged attack. Alright, they're goaded. Let's do a bolt of celestial light as well. Whoa, critical hit. Wow, well done, Lae'zel. And then another one. Lae'zel, absolute MVP. Already a 2/3 down. I'm wondering, from here, while we're still on the outside, do we need to do our summons before we go into the portal, and then maybe our summons can come into the portal with us? Is that how that works? Dame Aelin is a bit out of position right here. I think. Where does she need to be to go into the portal? All the way up here, right? Alright, we're gonna dash. We're gonna fly. Come on. Come on, get up there. Alright, can't quite reach the... Oh, she can't... Maybe she can't enter the portal. Okay. Well, she's at the very least going to guard it, which I think is helpful. Honestly, I think Lae'zel and Orpheus alone could end this fight. So they're already in the portal, but... Alright, they saved from the irresistible dance, unfortunately. Alright, it's the brain's turn. I don't love that. But they're goaded for Lae'zel, so they should go straight for Lae'zel, which is good, I think? Alright, they're trying to summon the Nautiloid, I suppose, right? Alright, we're gonna dash with our angel buddy and have them come over as far as they possibly can. That's it for them. Same thing for the elemental. Come up here. Take a swipe at... Ooh. I was trying to go for the Mind Flayer, but that's cool. Wyll, can you get in here, please? You sure can.
Its will is weakening. Eliminate the nether brain and let the sword coast be free.
How far can you get down here? Just jump down here. And then do Flame Strike on them, I suppose. Nicely done, Wyll. Cool, that's it for him. That's it for him. Alright, our elemental. Come over as far as you can. And then just take a couple shots at... Oh, I was going to say at the mind flayer, but that's not super possible at the moment. Against the dragon, I guess. Alright, for the Cambion, for sure, take some shots at the Illithid. Man, the dragon's only taking 30 damage. It's a little insane.
Its will is weakening.
Alright, slowly but surely, we're gathering the team here, right? Oh, man. What do I do? Honestly, cast haste on Lae'zel. What is this marked for negation effect? The effective entity is within range of the Netherbrain's orb. Orb will explode on its turn, dealing 20 to 200 force damage. Okay, we can get out of that in time. That's fine. Do I have another Misty Step? No, I don't. Is there no way for me to cast haste on Lae'zel? Kind of sucks. Alright, let's spread out a bit. And, maybe just cast a level 2 magic missile. Alright, we're almost exactly halfway down there. Orpheus. It's the biggest thing you could do for me. Honestly, just the concentrated blast, I think. Yeah. There we go. Nice. Hey, I'll take it. And then, sure, I'll take a swipe on them. Why not? Every little bit helps, right? Cool. Down to a third. Gale. Let's go into the spell repository. Sort by type. Something like a... Ooh, a chain lightning. That's not bad. Send that to Gale. Because Gale, again, evocation wizard. He's not going to hit anybody else other than the brain along the way. Here we go. 30 damage. Cool, just 70 more to go. And I mean, this is presumably the final fight, so here's what we'll do. Potion of Speed. Split them in twain again. Send a couple to Gale. Gale, you go ahead and chug one of those. You have another spell to cast. We'll cast another Chain Lightning. 45 damage. Alright, 24 more. Lae'zel. Honestly, how fitting is this for Lae'zel to do this? She has absolutely earned this. There we go. Actually, let's have her jump down here, just to be out of the range, just in case. Take another shot. One more. 1 health. Literally 1 health. Everybody's auto-healing. That's a great sign.
Reconsider. Assess. Implore. Surrender.
There.
No surrender.
At last. It is subdued.
Spare me. Join me. Wield me. Become absolute.
Oh, that is the temptation, isn't it?
I honor my mother's legacy. The grand design, once again, ended by my line.
The brain is on the cusp of its final thought, and it's taking all of Orpheus's strength to keep it there. An opportunity, perhaps.
No. We've come this far. The brain is too powerful to be kept alive and is inherently manipulative and evil. So, full send. Destroy it.
My master. I must obey. I must end.
Hopes, nightmares, and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn ellithids. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling. Your tadpole burns in your brain. Silence. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity.
Wow. It's what you might call a brain blast. But honestly, I think that is the best outcome for everybody who has a stake in this. I know that Gale was interested in maybe controlling the crown, but I think this outright destruction is probably better for his story, not to mention our own. Well done, everybody. It's time for Baldur's Gate to fight back.
Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
But now the question is, what exactly do we do with Orpheus? As I recall, he asked us to kill him once this was all done. I don't know, is that... I mean, he's done so much for us at this point. I suppose we should honor his wishes, right? And not keep him in the form that he doesn't wish to be in.
The loss of a mind is a terrible thing. But this time, I think I'll make an exception.
Oh, Gale. Never change. Actually, change to be less cocky and more considerate of the society around you.
They're draining. Just like Mizora said they would. A small price to pay in the grand scheme of things.
It's a good attitude.
I feel relieved, yet my blood still simmers.
Against all odds, we cured ourselves. Free from the parasite. Free from the prospect of seramorphosis. I can hardly believe it. We will not become accursed illithids. Not to cast any slight on you, of course. Your present form is but a sign of your gallantry.
Even when my time in the prison stretched out like eternity, when escape seemed impossible, I never lost hope. I knew that my destiny was to liberate my people, to return to them triumphant. I was wrong. It seems I can only fulfill one part of my destiny. My people will be liberated, but I cannot return to them. Not like this. You helped me destroy that abomination. Now help me destroy myself. You must kill me. But first, Lae'zel, I need your promise. Carry my hope. Carry my burden. Call my dragons, Kulos and Kuthos, and ride to the Astral Sea. Destroy Vlaakith. Release our people. Be our future and our legacy.
Yeah. We could have her stay here. Or should we send her back to her people? That is a big decision. I think it fits well for her arc, though. I think that for her to become the new advocate for her people, to remove them from Vlaakith's influence, I think that would be important.
It will be done. I will never be free while my people are still bound by Vlaakith's chains.
I think that's a good arc for her.
Enough talk. Give me my freedom. Freedom from this form.
Okay. I mean, he doesn't deserve to die. He's still him, but this is what he wants, right? And after so much that he's done for the city and for us, I think this is the right thing to do.
I can never forget you. Your name will be etched in our slates. You will be called Mlagir, Liberator.
I kind of prefer Penelope, but Malagir is good too. Goodbye, Lae'zel.
To the skies!
She was our one of our first companions, right? Her and Shadowheart. But I think that's good for her to kind of be that new advocate for her people.
The Githyanki are leaving us. An unlikely place to find ourselves, fighting on the same side as them.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city. Smoldering, waiting to be rebuilt. But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
The crown. It's somewhere in the Chiontha. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. The power of Karsus would be in my hands. But what then? What would I do with it once I have it?
I think for Gale, as for most of the companions, and even ourselves, the best arc is to understand what it takes to move past beyond that which would control us. And I think that his lust for revenge against Mystra, his feelings of resentment and hurt are what are controlling him at the moment. So I think for Gale, he really needs to return it to Mystra, have closure with himself and with her, and then just move on to a new chapter in his life. So I think he retrieves the crown and gives it to Mystra.
Sage and timely counsel as always, and I intend to heed it. A wise man learns from his mistakes and strives not to repeat them. I shall bring the crown to Mystra. She'll cure me of my affliction, and I'll finally be free.
Yeah. You will be her chosen. And I mean, I think that's the best he could hope for at the moment.
And a more deserving one this time around. If this adventure has taught me anything, it's that there are things in this world far more valuable than power. Besides, growing quite fond of this merry band of ours, but I'd quite like to see what happens to it.
I couldn't agree more.
Summon me soon enough, but until then, I propose we celebrate our victory the mortal way, with a drink in our hands and reckless abandon in our hearts.
Ah! That might be the smartest thing you've ever said, Gale. What do you think? Time for a quick one? Before the work begins again?
Absolutely. Celebration sounds great.
Yes. We should see if the elf song's still standing. I won't imbibe, but I'll be happy to be away from here. And in your company. I honestly don't mind what we do once we get to the... Ow! What the... Oh no. Oh God. Well,
Oh, he's
It was nice when it lasted.
in sunlight now. He doesn't have the protection of the
I have to go.
the parasite anymore, right? He has to get out of the sunlight.
We will find you, Astarion, and Boo will bring a sunflower.
Yeah. But what about Karlach?
We did it, soldier.
Yeah.
The city's going to be all right. And so are you. Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do?
I mean, you were amazing, Karlach. You were so amazing to be around. You were positive. You were fierce. You were everything that I needed in a companion like you.
So are you. My friend. My companion. I adore you. Careful! Hot! I never gave up. I did my best. I did my best. It's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? I wanted to live in my city with my friends. But life is for the living. And I saw... Goodbye, son. Goodbye, sea. Goodbye.
No, stop. I won't allow this. Karlach, you're coming with me. Back to Avernus. We can't let her die.
Yeah.
Not like this. Not now.
What a great idea. The two of you can team up and be like monster demon hunters in the hells. I think that's perfect. Well, you've done enough. It should be me who goes with Karlach. You could still live. We'll do it together. The three of us will make a new life in Avernus together. Oh, the three of us. The three amigos. I think that's actually perfect. I think the three of us can have our own adventure, our own time together, and what Karlach really fears is being solitary, being alone. So I think with the three of us being able to do some good in the hells, as crazy as that sounds, I think that's a good arc for all of us.
So, what do you say? Die here now, or live on with people who love you? Astarion won't touch you. I swear it, Karlach.
All right. All right. We have to go. Now. I can't hang on much longer.
Thank the gods you've seen sense. Come. To Avernus we go. Our next adventure awaits.
It's pretty dramatic, of course. Us going from just having saved the city to literally back into hell. But that really sums up what it means for us to be an adventurer, I think, in this crazy Faerun we find ourselves in, is that we are truly sacrificing ourselves for the greater good. And in this case, the greater good is to support Wyll and Karlach, our good friends, in their own journeys. And that just happens to take us to hell, you know?
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no illithid empire, no death god's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
And that's great. I mean, of course, of all the people in Baldur's Gate that we've met, there are so many who are just innocent bystanders, you know, who are totally worth saving.
Well, soldier, here we are. It worked. My engines calmed down. I shouldn't have let you come here. This isn't going to be easy, you know.
Zariel's going to come at us with everything she's got.
I mean, let them come.
Like clockwork. They'll be on us soon, but there's just enough time. Thought I was done with these.
Smoke them if you got them.
But then, there was you.
Hell yeah.
Imps are fast, but careless. Don't let them tire you out. Just get rid of them. And don't forget, you asked for this.
I sure did.
Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.
Oh, that is such a metal ending, but I love it. That's great. Oh, but we're not quite done yet. Maybe there's one more chapter yet to be written, some manner of epilogue.
When the invitation came, you were hip deep in Lemur's slime, swarmed by hell wasps, and about to drive the killing blow on a magma claw. Cutting through the dreadful buzz of the wasps and the screams of the damned, a familiar, comforting voice echoed in your mind. With us, you requested your attendance in Faerun, to gather with your friends and allies, those who stood against the Absolute at your side.
Oh, the gang's all back together. Even Lae'zel in her astral projection.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
So what exactly is Wither's deal? We don't really know, do we? Isn't that interesting that he's obviously a necromancer of some sort, but
Now there's a face I know well indeed.
we don't actually know
Amidst nature.
what his background is. Okay, well let's chat with our good dog Scratch first, of course.
Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
Oh, the prism, is it?
I found this. It smelled like you, so I kept it. Seemed like something you might like to throw.
Oh, of course. But more importantly, how are you?
I've been so good. I've got a nice home in the city now. A girl named Mindy says I'm her best friend.
Oh,
She's
that's
mine
great.
too. Also you and Albert. I've got so many best friends. I hardly know who to play with.
Well, I'm glad you're
certainly
doing
have,
well.
And I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you.
Cool. Oh, is there more for us to say?
Oh, boy.
We'll for sure give him a pet. This might be our last time petting our good boy.
You always know just how to do it.
Of course.
Do you even have to ask? Oh, boy.
All right. Let's check in with Jaheira, I suppose.
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
What? I missed you too, for sure. You old lady,
How nice
you.
to be understood again. I have spent the past months bickering with builders and bankers, all to restore the city exactly as it was. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers, same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon, same cisterns overflowing. Huh.
A civil engineering nightmare. It's a kip, but our kip. I wouldn't change a thing.
Baldurians simply get on with it.
That's right. We survive.
Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks.
Your son,
Already he
Jaehaera,
plants
this
crop
is
cycles in Worm's Crossing.
this is new news.
Not so for my daughter.
You have a daughter too?
I
What?
rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen.
Jaehaera's been holding back,
Though
clearly.
she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again.
Now, who's the father? That's the real question. You have kids?
Ah, yes. Forgive me. There wasn't much time to offer hospitality with an elder brain looming over the city. They ask about you, of course. But I keep them a little too busy for stories. There is still much to do. People to house. A Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city. But so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you.
Home is where my friends need me. Yeah, where we are standing now, this campsite is my home, honestly.
Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
Hey, don't talk about Astarion that way. Just kidding.
You would
House
think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more.
Just as nature intended.
Just as I hoped they would, more like. The Oak Father has been kind to me this past while. Yet I cannot forget the bond we all forged together. It is one that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
Well, you sound like you need a drink. Like, you've been through quite a bit,
Well,
even in your own
I'm
time.
not normally given to imbibing, but this is a special occasion. And I believe our dear Withers procured a fine honey mead as part of the celebratory victuals. Even the most ascetic of nature's servants would be tempted by such an elixir. But that can wait. Your company is what truly drew me. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
Well, I've been in hell. Yeah, why don't you go first?
In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Wraithwin have been repurposed into new homes. And the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony. Stronger together.
Sounds like you were right at home. You have quite a few young wards to care for, 9 wagons of them. I suppose it's young druids in training, right?
Ah, my greatest purpose and greatest reward. Those children have been through more than fate had any right to cast at them, and yet they go on as resilient as anything in nature. I impart what knowledge I can to them, yet, in truth, they teach me far more. The land we saved is theirs, and they will cherish it, I'm sure. Thaniel and Oliver shall never want for friends again.
Oh, that's really nice. I would love to go back and see how things have changed.
You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see. My charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall.
Oh, he would be a great father.
They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake.
Well, of course. Let's see what we can cook up.
Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
Well, let's see. The truth may be a little flat. Spice it up a little. That's right. That's what we are here to do as a bard, right?
You are truly incapable of disappointing. The children shall be wrapped, and have no fear. All due credit shall be given to the tale's originator. Now,
I expect nothing less.
It would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
Well, how are Thaniel and Oliver doing?
Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers. They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods, as far as I'm concerned.
It's a very kind sentiment. And you're still wild shaping, huh?
I spend half my days in ursine form. The children demand it. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy. As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, I must admit. Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be.
You and I both, brother. And what about the Druid Grove? Is the new leader doing well?
On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence.
You seem to be more settled than I expected of you. I thought that was against your nature. I thought you were always on the move.
As did I, but somehow I feel like I no longer need to roam. That I have found something worthy laying roots for. Amazing what can be discovered about oneself, even at a ripe old age.
All right, let's bring it in.
Always. I could get used to this. before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but
Oh, that's so
I
nice.
thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
That's very nice. You're very sentimental,
Oh,
don't you know?
I am well aware, trust me. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on, enjoy the festivities.
Halzen is very sweet. I will say that. What about Volo? We haven't chatted with him for a while.
Friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed. Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post.
Well, how have you been,
Busy as
my
ever.
friend?
Better that than the reverse, wouldn't you say? Every major publishing house on the Sword Coast has been vying for my upcoming book on the subject of our adventures together. I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
We could zhuzh it up a little bit. Isn't it The Hero and
I, me, it's all Volo as far as I'm concerned.
We gotta be grammatically correct.
Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Hmm? Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
I'm sure. Oh, boy. Yeah, let's talk to Karlach now.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. He wasn't kidding. Where's your mad bastard? You brought us back! Commander Zula won't know where the fuck we went! Ha! Oh, man, I can't wait to say hi to everyone. Look at them, the beauts. Rest up, soldier. My tin can will be all right for the night. And you and me will get to sleep with both eyes shut for the first time in 6 months.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, first we need to really, enjoy ourselves while we're here. Make hay while the sun shines.
Here, here. Enjoy it, soldier. You've earned it.
Let's bring it in as well, Karlach.
Every time.
Oh, I love it. I love it just going around hugging everybody. This is the last time we'll have to really connect with the crew that we've bonded with. Wyll seems to be having a good time. We should enjoy ourselves too before your heart heats up and we need to head back.
Her, I think. Any trouble and I'll toddle back off to hell quick as you please. Oh, hey. Before you go, I've been thinking about those blueprints we found. Zariel's probably got a load of Cambions guarding that forge. I'm sure she knows I'll want in. She'll do anything to stop me from fixing this thing. I might have an in with one of the guards, though. An old acquaintance called Flo. Not sure she'll help us, but maybe.
Oh, let's run that down.
We might get to come home. Permanently. Maybe even sooner than we think.
That would be great. Yeah, let's do another heist. Let's get the team back together, I guess, right? Alright, let's chat with Minsk now.
We are not dreaming. It is our old friend.
It is nice to see you and your space hamster, you know?
Oh, and it is good to be seen. Oh, after so many days down in the dark, Minsk began to wonder if he was some blind bug who had only dreamed himself to be large and bulksome. You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell. Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover.
Wait, what? A cell for what?
Minsk and Boo have been helping,
Gotta be more
of course.
specific.
We guard the streets, while Jaheira is occupied with harperish matters. The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly, so Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were harsh words, battle cries, some manner of head wound. We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial by noble combat. Execution, says Boo, though I am not sure of the difference. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no?
Well, that sounds like you were rescued in the nick of time. If you were, if you were going to be executed the next day,
ample time indeed.
or put in
So
gladiator
long as the
combat,
bone
you know,
mates
potato,
returns us to our
potato.
cell by dawn, Boo would not be late to the bloodshed. But leave such matters for the morn. Tonight is for celebration and the telling of tales. How have you filled your days since we tore this sticky tyrant from the sky?
Well, honestly, in hell, looking for a cure for Karlach's heart. That's for sure #1 priority.
Oh, Boo, do you know what it would mean? To find a cure for Karlach's heart? Exactly! Her heart would be cured! Oh, when this day comes, you must come and bunk with Minsk and Boo. There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Go, and greet the others. Minsk shall make himself presentable. Ah, this pond shall do nicely, Boo. Though I see no soap. So you shall have to blow the bubbles for me.
Yeah, we'll for sure get together if and when we are able to get Karlach free of her curse, I suppose. All right, who's next? Who do we talk to? Astarion, I guess, right?
Well, look who decided to turn up. I wasn't sure our withered old friend could live up to his promise. But here we are. And look at you, straight from the hells, still reeking of brimstone. I take it you've been having fun.
I mean, fun is a relative word. At least I'm there with Karlach.
Yes, the right person can make just about anything bearable. And it seems like you found exactly the right person.
I think so. Are you relatively well adjusted to normal vampire life now?
Exactly what I feared. Without the protection of our little friends, I was just an ordinary spawn again. Burning in the sun. I fled the dock and found refuge in the shadows until night fell. Part of me was relieved you left so quickly after the battle. I felt ashamed. Like I'd lost everything. Just as you claimed your victory. I didn't want you to see me like that. But time lent perspective. It wasn't your victory, it was ours. And for all I'd lost, I'd gained so much more. I had freedom, strength, a whole new life. And it was time to live it. I've taken a turn as an adventurer and hero. It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people. And apparently I'm rather good at it.
Oh, going after the criminals, right?
Let's not get carried away, darling. I'm still me. Perhaps more me than I've ever been.
Well, so what are you going to do now?
Hardly. Good people don't spend as much time lurking in the dark as I do. You know, it's funny. At first, I thought I was trapped by the shadows, cursed to live in them forever. But in time, I realized that darkness is as much a part of me as my fangs. This is only a curse as long as I refuse to embrace the shadows. So, I decided I would. I decided not to be defined by the choices other people made, by what other people did to me. My past may be done, but my present, my future, they're mine.
That's a great attitude. You have your control over your
is who I am.
your next path.
In all my glory, for better and for worse.
That's the real power in life. Acceptance looks
That
amazing.
being said, I haven't completely given up on returning to the sun. If the opportunity presented itself, well, I wouldn't say no. But until then, I am happy. We've had quite the journey, you and I. From the moment I first threatened you, I knew you were someone special. Someone to take on the world with. I will miss our time together. But then again, maybe this isn't goodbye. So much as it's, see you later.
See you
darling.
later. Of course. I'd expect nothing less. Let's see, who else do we have? Gale. Yeah, of course.
Well, well. Look what the Tressim dragged in. Professor Gale Decarius of Blackstaff Academy.
Oh, Professor.
Educator of the esteemed
Oh my.
School of Illusion. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance.
Wait, of illusion, not evocation? Bringing in for a hug, for sure. Gale has been one of our constant companions ever since the beginning. I do honestly like him quite a bit.
Well, that was quite lovely. I'm glad you're as pleased to see me as I am you. I have to say, I'm quite grateful to just be Gale for the evening. I fear my students find me somewhat intimidating due to my, explosive former reputation. I seem to put the fear of the gods into them. Or the fear of Mystra, to be more specific. I surrendered the crown of Carthus to her, as I told you I would. And in return, she cured me of the orb at last.
Oh, that's good to hear. I was going to ask if that
Even now, I struggle
was ever
with the feelings
resolved.
into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long. Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat.
Aha.
The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. Too good, if anything. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils.
The very academic type. The weave is not fodder for idle study. It's dangerous and should be treated as such. Maybe. Why is illusory magic so fun?
Illusory magic has the power to confound the senses, to render the impossible into reality, and to allow expression of that most magical attribute of all. Imagination.
Imagination.
Had you the decades to spare, I think you'd prove quite adept at it, as you did in that first lesson I taught you. It was at that moment, the weave connecting us, that I realized how much your friendship had come to mean to me. As it still does. You were, of course, indulging me in submitting to such a lesson. Teaching you was hardly an effort at all. Not like my present cohort of apprentices. Oh, they try their best, of course, when they can manage to stay awake.
The cheek of them! Nothing a well-placed swipe from Tara can't fix, though.
Oh,
What
it's
of
wonderful
you?
that she's still around,
What
of
are you
course.
making of this newfound lease of life we earned?
Well, my repertoire has some truly spellbinding new songs in it, inspired by our feats of unbridled heroism. One for
From
the
you,
top
I'd
50
expect
charts, you
nothing
know.
less. I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know? I'll be delighted to introduce you to my current cohort as a guest lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'd have plenty of questions for you.
I suppose I could regale them with a stirring ballad or two about our epic journey together. I mean, as a bard, it is my journey to make sure that all of our deeds are recorded into song.
Well, I, for one, can't wait. And I say with some confidence, neither can they. Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower. My apologies, Tara. That would be our tower.
Of course.
It will give us plenty of time to catch up on your adventures. I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. But I suspect the telling of that tale would keep you tied to me all evening. So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle for now, with time enough to come.
Oh, that's wonderful. We'll go be a guest lecturer at Gale's university. I would love that. All right, what about Lae'zel now?
My friend, the Hellswalker. For 2 months, I trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more, I skewered Githyanki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo. But to see your face, it brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head.
Lae'zel, just as bloodthirsty as usual. Less solid.
A bit. It's taken a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen psi crystals, and 2 10 days of effort to conjure my projection. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This... Faerun.
Yeah, close enough. I figured the Lich Queen would be dead by now, what with your reputation for being so, you know, aggressive. So what's going on?
We've spilled blood, gained a foothold in the astral, but still we need allies. And one beyond reckoning has made itself known. Zerith Minyaragith.
Meaning what?
Not a what, but a who. The immortal god king of the Githzerai. An exiled people. Once kin with mine, until the madness of civil war ripped our one sky into 2. Our Gish sent word of the rebellion to Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance.
Oh, that seems a little bit outside your wheelhouse to do the convincing.
Exactly the reaction I expected. My blade is keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm.
Oh, well, Lae'zel, at least you're very self-aware. Are you going to come back to this plane anytime soon?
Soon. When the comet has risen. When the Lich Queen has crumbled to dust. I miss this place. More to the point, I missed you.
Oh, that's actually very...
Back one day.
Sweet.
The Overlord
Unexpectedly from her.
couldn't keep me away.
Well, I can't wait for that. That's wonderful. I'm glad Lae'zel is doing well. Let's see, who else do we need to talk to? We need to talk to Shadowheart and to Wyll. There's Halsin over there.
There you are. Keeping us all on tenterhooks so you could make a dramatic entrance, is it?
You got me. Guilty as
Starting
charged.
to wonder if you'd show up.
Well, I've been counting down the days, of course.
Honestly? So have I. Oh, come here, will you? It's been forever. You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I guess.
Shadowheart, are you saying I've gained weight? How dare you?
Filled out and healthy is what I was going for. Don't tell me you miss living off whatever scraps we found in crates and barrels. I'm glad
I do
you
miss
see
it a
that.
little bit.
Truly.
Well, of course. Likewise, Shadowheart, you were looking like your old self.
I had no doubt. But I'm glad to hear you say it all the same.
So, what about you?
Wandering, mostly. The adventuring life is almost a tonic when you're not constantly threatened by brain monsters and cultists. I can finally see the world beyond the cloister.
So, can you be specific? Are you in, like, Seluna's full employ now?
One of my first stops was the House of the Moon in Waterdeep. It's the largest temple of Seluna in existence. It seemed like the perfect spot to reflect on my parents, on where they came from. And where I came from too, I suppose. Hard to imagine, isn't it? Me, of all people, in the lair of the Moon Witch herself. God, your truest act of heroism was putting up with all that char and drivel I was spouting for so long.
Well, look, when you're in the throes of the fundamentalist brainwashing, it's understandable that you would just kind of stick with what you know. I can hardly blame you for being raised that way, right? Your parents would be proud of you.
Oh, I know they are. I can still sense them, I think. And one day we'll be reunited.
So, what else are you up to now?
I've had run-ins with my former fellow Sharans on a couple of occasions.
Oh, of course.
Word seems to have spread of what happened at the cloister. Now other chapters of Shar worshippers see me as a prime target to offer up to their lady as a sacrifice. Don't worry. I know their tired old tricks better than anyone. They'll need more than a hooded cloak and poisoned blade to best me. Especially when I have a friend on the inside keeping me abreast of their predictable little plans.
Oh, that's yeah, Nocturne. We met her briefly in the House of Whispers or whatever the Sharan Enclave was called.
None other. The matter of her faith and allegiances remains complicated, let's say. But she is still my oldest friend. I have hopes that perhaps she might turn from Shar entirely given time. But that's a decision she will have to make for herself. If that day comes, I'll be ready.
So where do you go from here?
I don't know. Which is just the way I like it just now. Perhaps I'll just stick a pin in a map and see what I find, or head to the docks in the morning and scrounge a berth to find somewhere new. I'd like to see the islands, maybe, or head south to Arm. I heard there's an enclave of werecats that hunt the followers of dark gods by moonlight. I'd love to see if there's any truth to that. But enough about me. What have you been up to?
Sequel bait for Baldur's Gate 4, right? Been Yeah, you're polite to ask when I must reek of brimstone. Been carving my way through Avernus with Karlach.
I'm glad you two have each other. Hells, I'd be almost tempted to come along if you'd have me. Perhaps if your adventures ever lead you out of Avernus permanently. Hopefully these meetups will become a regular occurrence. It's not that I miss the tadpoles, but at least it brought us together. Now we've got to make the extra effort ourselves.
Yeah, we were brought together by circumstance. Now we have to do it through personal motivation, right? It is challenging.
Don't remind me. Someone's always got somewhere else to be.
Just like getting a D&D session
let's do
together,
our
right?
best, all the same. After all, we've faced down bigger threats than wrangling together a few social calendars. Don't be a stranger.
Don't worry, I shan't. Let's see, is Wyll around here? I feel like they are the last person we haven't really spoken to yet. I mean, of course, we've been spending most of our time with them in the Shadowfell, or in the Hells. Let's see, Withers is here. Let's check our map real quick. This might be one of our last opportunities to do so. End your adventure. Oh, we will end by chatting with him. Scroll of Disintegrate. Volo's Guide to Baldur's Gate signed. For my adventuresome muse, our fates are bound, my wisdom vast. I dearly hope our kinship lasts. Deepest affections, Volothamp Geddarm, poet, artist, savant, etc. A poorly drawn map of a city is captioned in flamboyant script. What follows is the most thorough and accurate account of the city and people of Baldur's Gate, the sordid gem of the Sword Coast. An editor's note in crimson ink follows. V. This volume is startlingly accurate, save for the nonsense about the Black Dragon Gate. It is not alive, no matter how many vagrant hags claim otherwise. Commission someone else to draw the map. E. I'm sure that's a reference to those in the D&D world who are cartographers. I can't say I remember off the top of my head who that might be. Oh boy, so we don't have... We not have Wyll around here. There's Gale. There's our clothing chest. Oh, there's Wyll. There we go.
There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
Do a nature check. I'm sure we're going to do amazing on. Oh, 20. Dirty 20, of course.
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
I smell fragrant flowers and a mysterious accent. Is that sulfur?
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs.
Our
I
lungs.
swear, the three of us have felled enough Cambions to build a fortress with their horns. Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? If those blueprints work, we might be able to fix Karlach, and she might be able to go home to Faerun.
Oh, I truly hope so. How have you been faring without your powers?
I think the splinters
I mean,
made
I've been
out of
there,
the
so I
last
know,
bone
but...
devil I saw speak for themselves. Not to pat myself too hard on the back, but I'm not such a bad ranger if I do say so myself.
Oh, you've reclassed, I see. I'm glad you could slip away to see your father. He must be very proud.
I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine.
I'm actually quite proud that we
still
were able to
believes in the
rescue
bow
his
and
dad.
blade, but
It was
with Floric's help,
pretty
he's
tough.
teaching the fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart.
Here, here, Will. Totally agree, and hopefully you will be the future Duke Ravengard yourself.
Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment. The night's young. You shouldn't go wasting it. Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
Oh, that's the spirit. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Wyll? I don't know if we've met this individual. Another bard, though.
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice.
Well, I am a bard. Tough gig.
You have no idea. You've no idea who I am. Withers couldn't even find a bard that knows who I am.
Well, of course I recognize the greatest bard of all time, the famous, you. Totally know who you are. We'll do a lucky. Why not? Oh yeah, 30.
You know?
Yes,
You're
I do.
bloody right. It is an honor. Deep down, I knew you'd recognize me. You're a fellow bard, after all. What can I do you for?
Let's change it up.
Etc. What song do you want?
Let's see. Do you have any new compositions? Something that's never been heard before?
Fantastic idea. It'll suit the whole affair perfectly.
I like new music. Divine Performance, Endless Spring. Oh, I love it already. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think unless there's somebody who I've forgotten, I think that's about it. We've talked with Volo, Wyll, Scratch, Shadowheart, Gale, Astarion, Karlach, Lae'zel, Minsk, Jaheira, and let's say goodbye to our camp one more time. And Karlach, of course. I don't recall if I said her, but of course Karlach. Man, I wish we could. I wish we could accompany the song. Endless Spring. I don't think that's in my repertoire. But that's all right. Things are going well, and we'll say goodbye to our camp. Man, this is so sad. Over 100 episodes later, saying goodbye for the final time to our camp. But all good adventures, all good tales must come to an end. Of course, we know that, as we are a bard, of course. And we're familiar with the fact that all the best tales have the best endings, right? The Book of Willing Souls. A neat list of Baldurians and the deaths that befell them, beneath an annotation from Withers. Souls snuffed out in the battle for Baldur's Gate. Perhaps some might deign to return, should their city ever have need again. Faerun Ortholo, crushed by a falling roof as he held the door for others to flee. Nance D, charged a mind flayer that entered her granddaughter's room, died with her second-best scissors in its eye. Borelli Quickflint brought a nautiloid down over the bay. And so on, and so forth. But, Divine Odds, what is that? Not sure. But ladies and gentlemen, let's put a bow on our adventure and chat with Withers for one final farewell.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
Well, I feel satisfied. I think I accomplished everything that I needed to.
I am pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is, to my surprise, a rare accomplishment. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
Okay, I think that we've caught up with everybody, so what next? I go back to hell?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready. For thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
Hear, hear. To the greatest friends I could dream of, and isn't that the truth?
To you.
Oh, isn't that great? Oh man, I feel like a little emotional here at the end, just because we've come so many episodes. So many episodes together, and what an absolutely amazing story. I guess this is the part where I sort of give my overall thoughts about the experience. I mean, of course, for me to be able to pursue a game into triple-digit episodes, you have to know that it's absolutely very special. And I mean, at this point, at the time this has been published, Baldur's Gate has already won the Game of the Year, so that is to no one's surprise. I think that it's really the thing that makes it so memorable and so special is just the absolute attention to detail that was given to really every part of the experience. From the dialogue options, you know, the hundreds and hundreds of hours of recorded dialogue, unique recorded dialogue from all of the voice actors, to the detailed environments and textures. And really, I think a major part of it is the absolutely stunning music. The soundtrack, the accompaniment that followed us every part of the way. And you know, it's like the music, the soundtrack that you experience along the way is what really gives you those feelings of sentiment and almost like builds that memory within you that when you revisit it later, the music is the thing that brings that nostalgia back to me. Like, a lot of people have a lot of very fond memories of older games, but I think for me, the music is the thing that will really spur on those feelings of like fondness and nostalgia. And when I hear the Baldur's Gate music in the future, I have no doubt that that is going to be something that I really feel. Of course, I love the combat system. As somebody who's played extensive D&D myself, I love the turn-based aspect. I know it's not for everybody, of course. Like a lot of people more thrive on the reaction timing, but I feel like I really thrive in the strategic environment, the ability to kind of make those decisions that have been agonized over. You know, there were points in various combats we experienced where the entire fate of the battle felt like it rested upon one or two very key actions. Whether it was Lae'zel taking an extra second wind or action surge to absolutely demolish a foe, to Penelope dropping a hypnotic pattern to disable the entire half of the battlefield, to Gale with a very key counterspell. There were countless times in which the process of me thinking through what the proper action to take was almost just as fun as the result of the battle itself. You know, just the kind of the critical thinking and the decision making it took to properly strategize out a battle, I think was an absolute reward in and of itself. Of course, the voice acting and the richness and depth of how the characters were presented to us, that really, I think, was another major factor in why this felt as rewarding as it did. You know, it's easy to just get any old person to read any old lines, but the emotion, the pathos that these amazing actors brought to their roles, again, it made you feel like you made real friends here among your companions, and I'm really glad that they went back afterwards and added that epilogue portion, because that was not originally part of the finale, as far as I understand it. So giving us some closure with our friends and their journeys, and understanding that they are doing well in whatever they are pursuing now after the Elder Brain's downfall, that brings me at least a lot of comfort and happiness that they are doing quite so well. A proper RPG is also one in which it feels like the choices are actually impactful. It's not just evil choice, good choice, and throwaway choice. It's one in which you can see the after effects of what you've chosen to do be presented in a very meaningful way. And I think that's something that we were able to see and really it strongly benefited from. And I can't wait to see if maybe the journey continues in some kind of other way. It may not have all the characters or even most of the characters here from Baldur's Gate 3, but at Baldur's Gate 4, I feel like it would be madness, absolute madness, not to follow this up with what a triumph it was. And maybe not anytime soon, you know, maybe 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, whatever it is. I mean, take your time, Larry, and please, just another installment would be fantastic, and bringing just some connective tissue, some characters from here would be great. Just like Jaheira and Minsk were the connective tissue from previous games in their own way. But just any other kind of D&D adventure, it doesn't even necessarily have to be tied directly to what occurred here. I feel like there's a vast, rich world of Faerun that's out there that could be brought to bear in any number of ways, and just even a totally different section of the geography, and that in itself would lend itself well to any number of other stories, and gods, and conspiracies, and stakeholders, and powers, and chess pieces. You never know. Man, I feel like there's so much to say, and of course, after 100 episodes, it's hard to quantify those hundreds of hours of experience into a very pithy 5 to 10 minutes. But ultimately, I just want to say to you, to the audience, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, to the very end, not only of, you know, this very long episode, but this playthrough as a whole, I really hope that this either inspired you to try the game out for yourself, or if you are already somewhat familiar and have played through yourself, it maybe gave you a new perspective and enriched your enjoyment of what an amazing story and narrative this really turned out to be. I'm really interested to hear people's thoughts. If you had a very different ending than I did, which I suspect with as many choices as there were in the game, that would not be beyond the realm of possibility, that you had a very, very different ending. Whether to have Gale just detonate his magic nuke inside himself, or maybe you decided to side with the Emperor versus Orpheus. I'm sure there's quite a few different ways that things could have concluded. I'm quite happy with the way things ended for me, but I'm sure there are things that I'm not aware of in terms of possible endings that maybe you found a lot of value in as well, and I'd be very interested to hear those as well. Again, thank you for all the views, the likes, the comments, letting me know of things that you found helpful in your playthrough, or just saying that you enjoyed it, or whatever it was. It really enhances my enjoyment as well, and hopefully you can hear some of the joy that I get from my interactions with you all. So thanks so much for that. I would be playing this anyway, with or without YouTube, but I'm especially pleased and honored and humbled to be able to do it with everybody here. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, unless there's anything after the credits, which I don't suspect there will be given the type of experience we've had so far. But thank you once again so much for your support, for your your faithful viewership these many weeks and even months now. It's crazy to say that. If you have any ideas for other games, whether in the RPG realm or otherwise, I know some people have suggested like the Neverwinter or Pathfinder games as well, is kind of similar to this, but just anything else you think that you would enjoy viewing, I am more than welcome to hear. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time, from myself, Galactic Odyssey, and from Penelope the Bard here in Baldur's Gate 3, I bid you a very good evening and an absolute hope that you find your own proper success and journey in your very own adventure.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.